The spread of misinformation is the biggest risk to humanity over the next 2 years, according to the World Economic Forum. So, what does this mean? And how do we, as busy internet users, safeguard ourselves from the deluge of misleading, manipulative, and just plain wrong information online?
Most of the information out there, especially on social media, hasn't been reviewed or held to editorial standards before it's published. Social media networks and search engines, they weren't created for accuracy or to help civil society. They are big global businesses set up to make as much money as possible. And they do this by showing users lots and lots of ads that are paid for. So to them, it doesn't matter if the information is factually correct or balanced or ethical. It just has to engage you so you keep coming back and see more ads.
The first step to fact-checking on the go is to check the source of the information. When something piques your interest on your feed, check who's sharing it and where the post or link originated. Is the creator identified, reliable, and trustworthy? Are they pushing an agenda or trying to scam you? Is it attached to a reputable website?
Misinformation thrives on emotion, especially negative emotions like fear and anger. So try to step back from that and view any information or media you come across critically. Check website addresses too, and check the about and contact and privacy sections to see who's behind the information. On social media, avoid sharing or reacting to posts from anonymous accounts where you don't know their background and so you can't make a judgment about what they're saying. Click on account bios to check. Google them if you're not sure. When you're trying to check whether something is true, look for subject matter experts. It's no use getting advice from a physicist, say, about celiac disease, or asking a social scientist about the changing climate. Finally, look for the consensus of evidence. So a lone voice claiming something when 97% of other people in the field disagree may not be reliable. Find sources you can trust, like government agencies, not necessarily politicians with a political agenda, but departments and that kind of thing, reputable news outlets, subject matter experts at universities. All these sources review information before it's published and they hold it to standards of accuracy and balance and ethics.
Once you've identified the source of the information and determined that it does come from a legitimate group or person, it can help to then do some lateral reading. Check other expert sources before you respond and make sure you're getting all the facts before you make a decision on the information you're looking at. For example, do you remember seeing this image during the catastrophic fires in California? It was shared by several Hollywood A-listers, including reportedly Isabella Rossellini and Robert Redford, and it seemed to convey perfectly the horror of the fires that had devastated the Hollywood Hills just days after the 2025 Golden Globes on January 5. But the image was a fake. Using reverse image search tools including TinEye, RevEye, and Google Search by Image function, users can quickly see that this image is most likely made using artificial intelligence, and it just wasn't a real photo. Artificial intelligence poses a new era of concern. Deepfake videos have been around for years, but with AI it's become much easier to make these sophisticated fake videos. These kinds of videos could undermine democracy and sway elections by convincing voters that candidates have done or said something that never really happened.
This is going so well. It's going exactly how I'd always dreamed.
It's pretty simple. Misinformation can actually be incredibly dangerous. We know that it can affect public health. It can affect responses to disasters like bushfires and floods. It can affect elections and civic engagement, trust in institutions as well, democracy as a whole and public policy. And of course, it can affect individuals in a really big way. What it comes down to is we need facts and reliable information to function properly as a society.
All throughout this video, we've been speaking to media literacy legend Saffron Howden. You've heard the way she speaks, and you've seen some of her mannerisms and the way that she speaks. It may not surprise you to know, however, that Saffron is not actually fluent in every world language.
只花了几分钟. Mon IA clone parle français. Être en train de marcher dans les rues de Paris maintenant. और असली केसर हिंदी बोलने को पसंद करेगा. उसे नहीं है.
No, we use freely available AI technology to make this video. Pay attention to the eyes in the AI-generated video and the voice. In both cases, there's something slightly unnatural about it.
Platform. Now I can give it any script I want, and my clone will say what I want it to say. There's potential for...
If you can, reduce the speed of the suspected deepfake, that way it's easier to see any abnormalities popping up in the frames. If the video depicts a celebrity or politician, you can do a little bit of research to see whether that video and what's being said in it has been reported widely by news organisations. But in most cases, it pays to just take a minute to examine what you're looking at before you respond to it.
Remember, anyone with a digital device and an internet connection can now publish information. So we need to be really careful with what we're taking as fact or true.